Hi everyone, this is a prerequisite video for teaching you the basics of Git and GitHub. Now we have an upcoming event for web development using Django where we will be teaching you web hosting which will require a basics of Git and GitHub. I'm Kritika Bhatt and I have along with me Ayush. He'll be teaching you certain installations from the scratch. So Ayush, you can present the screen and start.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Ayush Pandey and let us begin to learn Git and GitHub. So, before learning some Git command, we should know what is Git and GitHub. So, Git is a version control system. In simple words, we can say it tracks down all your changes to a certain file or a folder. What is GitHub? GitHub is a cloud-based software which stores all your Git repository. So the changes you make in that file and folder will be sent back to GitHub, and there you can see what are the changes made by you. So just type a Git download, and you can see here the link URL. Select your operating system and just click on that. It will automatically start downloading. So while it is downloading, let us check how to use GitHub. So before using GitHub, we should make an account. I already have an account, so let me just sign out and create one new.
So just we can just enter our email.
So you'll get a verification code on your email. You can just check that out. So in the meanwhile, we can see that our Git has been downloaded. So here you can see we have created successfully a GitHub account. So now before starting with GitHub, let us see how we can install Git. So simply just click on that exe file and follow the step what it will do. So just select on next, and once it would be finished, you can just in the search bar you can just type it git bash. So git bash simply is a command line interface similar to command prompt and PowerShell in Windows. It is particularly used for Git. It is similar sort of to Linux. That's why it is can be used. To check that if you have downloaded Git successfully, just type out git space hyphen version, and you can see your version. So my version is 2.31.1. So that means that you have successfully downloaded Git.
Hello everyone. So my friend Ayush right now actually told you a bit about how to install Git and how to start with the Git bash and everything. So when one thing that GitHub is very famous is for collaborating, and every developer should know this GitHub and how to use them from the start itself. So right over here, I have created a demo folder like GitHub demo, and I added two files. One is the hello world.py and second is the demo git. So, so I'm being using VS Code terminal over here. You can use simple command prompt in case your VS Code terminal doesn't work out with the git. So simply you can do is we can initialize an empty GitHub repository by doing git init. So actually when we use git and GitHub, so at first when I use git init, so what it actually does is it creates an empty GitHub repository on our local machines. So we have initialized a GitHub repository. Now, if I want to add this code, so all I have to do is git add and git commit. We can do git commit hyphen message. Hyphen message means I have to add some message while committing to understand that what I have added on this files. So I should say like basic codes, basic hello world. So now you can see that these two files, the demogit.txt and the hello world.py has been successfully added to my local, has been staged to my local GitHub repository. Now, when I say that it has been staged to local GitHub repository, it means that it haven't been pushed to the cloud account or the main GitHub account. So right now, let's start by doing this thing. Okay. So as you can see, I already have a GitHub account. So let's start by creating a new repository. Click on the new over here. Let's add GitHub demo. We can add a bit of description, which is optional. Of course, you can select if you want your repository to be public or private, but make sure you never expose your secret keys anywhere, even if you use private. And we can start by creating a repository. So when you create a repository, you can see over here, we have a bunch of codes over here, which will instruct you how to do it. And you have SSH along with the HTTPS. So let's go and add the codes, whatever we have on the local GitHub repository, and add to the cloud repository. So all you have to do is, like, let's say we add git remote, add origin, and just paste the link which is given to the GitHub over here. You can see the same commands over here, what I've used, and enter it. So now this link, this GitHub repository, which is online, has been linked with your local repository. All I have to do now, if I want to push this codes, is git push origin master. So now when I said origin master, so I have been creating a branch master with the name of master, and all my code are been pushed to that place. I just have to refresh this site, and you can see my two files, that's hello world.py and demo git, have been added successfully over here. Now let's say I want to add collaborators so that so I can add Ayush also to view the code and change it accordingly. So let's go to the settings over here, manage access. You have to enter your password. And yes, so over here I can see you haven't invited any collaborator. Let's add collaborator. So we have Ayush as a collaborator. So as you can see, I can see Ayush over here. I will just add him as to the repository. He will receive an email ID regarding the invitation, and you can also view the invitation over here on the GitHub notifications. So now let's go to Ayush sites. He will clone the repository and show you how he can collaborate accordingly on this repository.
So as you can see, I just got a mail from Kritika, and you can just click on give invitation and just accept you. So now I'm a collaborator. I can just change the files and do anything I want. So let's just start by doing this. So let me just copy this, and I open VS Code and I'm using their own terminal. So how to just clone the repository? Cloning is in the sense that I'm making a local copy so that the changes which I make will not affect the copy which is on cloud. So to do that, just type in git clone and just paste the URL. So it states that cloning into GitHub demo, and you can see that there's a folder named GitHub demo, and we have some files demogit.txt and helloworld.py. So let me just do some changes in this file. I can say that print hello from Ayush. I've made some changes in this file. These changes will be saved locally, but if I just go to if I just refresh and go to helloworld.py, you can't see that hello. So to push it onto the cloud, you can just simply use the same command as we saw before. You can just type git add dot. Uh, Sorry guys, let me just go into that folder and just commit. Type There's some message. And you can see that one file has been changed, and just push it to the cloud, and then you can see that it has pushed it to the same URL. So if I just refresh it, you can see that the latest commit made by me was 19 seconds ago. And if I open hello world.py, then you can see that it shows the print statement. So that's how you can collaborate on Git.
So Ayush actually taught you how to clone the files, and he made some modifications in my code. So let's just go ahead. As you can see, I can also see that Ayush have made some modification, and this is his get commit message, like hello from Ayush. So let's say that even I am making some changes simultaneously in the file. Like let's say I change this variable to 25 and I deleted this hello world over here. Okay. So I have made these changes. Anytime if you want to check if you what changes have you made or how the files have been staged to your local repository, all you need to do is git status. Git status basically tells us that I have modified this hello world.py file, but I haven't added it to my local machine or the cloud. So simply, let's say if I want to, the first thing that I have to do is that whatever changes I have made, I have to stage them to my local repository. So rather than doing git add dot, so what exactly this command do is like it adds all the modification, all the files. But let's say I don't want to add, if I made changes in this file, but I don't want to push this file to the cloud account. So simply I can do is like git add, then I can copy this hello world.py. So only this file have been staged to my local repository. Similarly, I will commit it. Changes. So one file is changed and yeah. So let's say that if I try to push it. So let me try to push it into the cloud account. So as you can see, my pushes were failed because there were already some changes that Ayush made into my repository. So what I have to do is like to bring my local repository to the same version as it is on the cloud. I have to pull the commands. So let's just delete it. So let's do git pull origin, and you have to add the branch name. So right now I'm working on branch master. So I have pulled it. So as you can see over here, it has pulled some codes over here. So now exactly what happens is like we made changes from our end. My friend makes changes on other end from the codes. So how should I exactly understand कि कौन सा changes मुझे कब चाहिए? So once even VS Code helps you with it. So let the accept current change. So as you can see over here, the green head is the changes that I made into my files. Except incoming changes are the changes that Ayush made into the code. Except both changes if you want to add both the changes. And you can compare the changes, like how changes have been made to this file. So sometimes like now the code is pretty small, but many times the code bases are pretty huge. So you don't have to waste time checking again and again what a friend have added. You can just see it over here. So let's say I want my own code. Uh, so I will just do accept current changes. So as you can see, I have my own code over here. Similarly, if, for example, if I want this print hello world and hello from Ayush also. So I will just, and along with it, I want his code. So I will do just accept incoming changes over here. So as you can see, I have accepted the changes that have came from GitHub. I will save the files. I will do the same commands and I will git push it. So let's say I will just push my codes over here. So now the codes that I have modified have been pushed successfully over here. Okay. Now let's go to version controls. Exactly what the one proper feature or the best feature I can say about GitHub is a version controls. So not many times you can just do Control plus Z and undo the changes. Sometimes the code bases are very large, so you can't follow that method. So one thing that I've done over here is I can show you. You can go on Insights, you can go on Network. So you can see a basic branch that is shown over here, which will show you the changes that you have made and pushed. So let's say I want to go on this change, like made changes. So what I should do exactly is, let's go to here. I can see over here 4 commits and everything. Let me click on this. So as you can see, I can see the last commits that were made. And I have to change my codes to the original version. I don't want, let's say there has been some mistakes and the code is not working for some reason, and let's say I want to discard the changes and go to the original version, the previous version. So simply you can do is like, let's say I want to go on basic hello world, the very original file. Copy the SSH key over here. You can simply copy it. Let's go over here. You can use git checkout and add the SSH key to the version that you require. Okay. So now you can see the head is now at this SSH key on the basic hello world. And you can see over here, even the codes have been modified accordingly. At first you can see we had like print hello Ayush, hello from Ayush, but now the codes have been modified and you can add the same changes from here. So now your code have been, your files have been shifted to the original version. If you want to go ahead of any version, you can do the same thing by copying the SSH key and doing git checkout over here. Okay, now one of the other major feature is creating branches. Now let's say that I have a huge team working on the GitHub, which actually happens most of the time. And let's say I have 2 teams like backend and front end. And my backend is working on some branch and my front end is working on some branch. But I have to keep the code separated most of the times. So right now you can see I just had like one branch over here. So you can simply, let's create a branch and push some codes into it. Let's create a new file over here. So right now we are working on the master branch. Let's create a branch. So let's do git checkout -b stands for branch. And I have to name my branch as, let's say branch. Okay, so I have created a new branch. I haven't even named it as a branch, or let's say I can name it like backend. Let's for example. So as you can see, the code is shifted, switched to the new branch, like that's the branch name is backend. Now let's just add some codes like git add. Similarly, like I want to add all the files into it. Then do git commit branching, and I can do git push origin. Now you have to make sure that you always, like you have created a new branch. So you have to do git push origin and the branch name, that is backend. So my new branch is successfully created and I have even pushed the codes on the cloud. So let's just refresh this. As you can see, I can see a new branch over here. And you can see it over here. Like let's go to backend. And we have a new text file over here. That's branch.txt. And similarly, if you want to see the tree diagram of how we are going through, you can just go to the insights and check into the network section. Now let's say I want to go, I want to shift back to the master. You can do the same way, git checkout. and do master. Sorry. So when you do hyphen branch, you are actually creating a new branch, but we don't want to create a new one. We just have to check out. Like that means I just have to switch to branch. So as you can see, I have been successfully switched to the branch master. And similarly, you can see there has been some changes in my code. I can't see the branch.txt file. And I want to actually merge it. Like I want to merge this branch, like the branching, the backend branch to my master branch. So I have to add this command, get merge and the branch name. So that is backend. So as you can see, it is successfully merged. And let me just add everything to my cloud. So, as we have seen before, we had some merge conflicts and everything. You can see the similar things when you merge the two branches. So you just have to make sure that which code you need and which code you don't need accordingly. So let's push origin master. Okay. So let's refresh again. Let's not go to this. We should go to the master. Yeah. So as you can see, this is merged. And if you want to see properly like how the tree structure works, we can go to the network settings. And as you can see over here, we had a branch called backend over here, like the branching, and it just got merged to this master branch. So right now we covered all the topics over here. We have also created a documentation for all the commands that you might require in future and to do everything. So hope you understood the basic concepts of Git and GitHub. We tried to do it, and if you have any doubts, you can just message us. So thank you guys. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching this video. Hope to meet you soon in the upcoming event of web development with Django.